I'm pleased to be here and welcome you all to our debate journalist. I'm Bella and I'll be a moderator for this debate today. Have you traveled alone? According to the storybook, Hatchet, the main character Burn was traveling alone from New York to Canada to visit his father. Some teens may dream about traveling alone and being free, but others may think it is too risky for them. So the topic being debated today is, should teens be allowed to travel alone? Let's get right into it fast. Here are the rules. Each of our 6 debaters will have a 1-minute speech in order to construct and establish their points. After that, they will have a second and third speech in which they are able to address the other debaters' points. It's time to meet our students. I'd like each of the debaters to introduce themselves, starting with the affirmative side.
Hi, I'm Naren. Hello, I'm Eric.
Hi, I'm Alice.
And the opposition side?
Hi, I'm Dorothy.
Hi, I'm Robert. Hi, I'm Louis.
It's time to meet our judge for today, Gigi.
Hi, I'm Gigi. It's a great honor to be here. I hope everyone enjoyed the debate.
Let's get right into it fast from affirmative side.
Many people have dreamed of traveling alone. Some studies show that traveling alone positively affects teens. For example, it can develop young travelers' confidence and self-sufficiency, but also their cultural awareness, acceptance, and more. There are 2 specific reasons. If they travel alone, they can develop self-reliance. This is an extremely important life skill that will be needed for the rest of their lives, since their parents will not always be around. When a teenager travels independently, they'll have to learn to rely upon themselves, and they will soon realize that their parents will not always be able to solve their problems every time. Also, they can learn to use money wisely. When they get to travel alone, their budget might be limited, and there will be no parent to guide them on how to use it. In that case, the students must make a plan to use the money. Also, this will help them in the future when they live alone. Thank you.
And the opposition side?
Of course, lots of people have dreamed of many incredible things. But what if one of them can make children face an unexpected situation? Can they handle it? It can be more dangerous for teens more than adults, where they could get robbed, hurt by an accident, kidnapped, or even close to death. For one example, there was a crime in India. Someone was raped by 6 men. People say that she was lying on the floor, naked and unconscious. I think if this keeps happening, it'll be too dangerous for a teenager when he or she is alone. And usually the person who is alone is the target of the bad person because he or she is by themselves. Additionally, they don't know enough about a place's unique culture, or they could do things in the wrong way because they have less experience than an adult. One example, suppose that someone was alone on a trip to somewhere that the person didn't know much about it. He or she might take the wrong path, or maybe go into a place where he or she is not allowed. Like this, there can be situations in which teens get confused or do not understand. Thank you.
And the affirmative side?
In our lives, we keep learning and practicing at school, at home, and even in our friendships. There are some other things which are not in the books. It is related to how good it is for teens to travel alone. There's an old saying, knowledge is power. Of course, teens can get knowledge from traveling. For example, if I go to Canada, I can get to know its culture, background, and customs. It is not boring to learn that. It is just traveling so they can learn by having fun and enjoy what they see. Moreover, teens can learn how to control something. For example, when I travel alone, I should manage my schedule and budget all by myself. Before we grow up, it's necessary for us to get some experience. We may think traveling alone can be dangerous. Of course, we need to add some extra care to make it safe. Thank you.
And the opposition side?
While traveling, what if teens aren't able to make plans? My point is that they may make bad decisions like impulsively buying other things. According to the news, the Delaware high school student collected every allowance that she got, and she bought an iPad that she wanted. Before buying the iPad, she promised her mom to list things that she wants. But she just bought it because she liked it. When her mother saw the list, there's no iPad on the list. Teenagers can be fascinated by many other things through watching commercials, so they buy due to their curious mind and they lose most of their money. They need a little help of their guardians or protectors to influence them. They influence them not to buy things they see in the advertisements. Thank you.
And the affirmative side?
On the other hand, teens can learn how to spend money properly by experiencing things for themselves. Like Lewis said before, she must at school with her mother because there was no iPad on the list. Because of the fear, she can do the same. She will buy this from the list and know why the writer spend less. There's no negative facts but also positive facts. In fact, as a real student, his mother said before the trip he didn't even complete the errand. Anyway, after the tour, it changed. It's one of the good effects of it. Furthermore, there is a service named Yuan. It means in a common manner, and this allows children about 5 years old to travel on by plane. It improves the airport regarding on by one. Now I'll recount my team's opinion. The thought I want to leave with is that teens can learn more about traveling and develop new skills and abilities as self-control, self-reliance, and courage. Also, bad can be good things every time. Teens can do that too. That completes what I want to say. Thank you.
And the opposition side?
Safety is the most important thing in our lives. Of course, children should be protected from some dangerous situation. I have seen some movies and books about teens traveling alone and it seems to be dangerous. For example, if men encounter a bear, they can usually attack it because they're normally stronger than women or children. But teens are weaker than men, so teens can get attacked easily. Also, teens might get kidnapped or attacked by bad adults. Additionally, teens don't know much about traveling. They might not enjoy their trip or they could get lost. I understand that they could learn lots of things from their own trip, but what if they face unexpected events which are hazardous? It is too risky. Before they become grown up, there are tons of chances to learn and practice. It is not too late to take a trip alone when they're responsible for themselves. Thank you.
Reject students, let's meet our rejects now.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I was so impressed with the well-prepared debate. You two team have produced a great work. I was greatly happy and proud of you all during the debate. All of you had a good speech and matched perfectly with given time in your debate. I think now started strongly with the affirmative team's opinion and in another fantastic debate. The affirmative team had power and confidence in their voices. This made me aware that affirmative team have reasonable reason in their view. On the contrary, Dorsey, who was the opening speaker of the opposition, began her speech rebutting the affirmative. Her statement provided a focus to our lively debate. Also, some students presented some facts which made their ideological. Each student was a formidable opponent. As you know, there has been a lot of debate lately about this topic. Depending on how old the teens are, it can be changed, but I believe that the affirmative team were more persuasive than opposing team. It's because the affirmative team voice were clear to hear. Also, their content and structure were better. Thank you. Our debate will run and run.